Hey everybody, Brett here, and day 338, my carnivore diet journey, and I've got more and different numbers to share today. So after 338 days, I've gotten pretty routine with certain things and pretty lax with others. And so one of the things that's been very routine for me is weighing in every day, right? It's very easy for me. I get up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, I get on the scale. Then I get in the shower. It's my morning routine. It happens every single day. Very, very straightforward. Other things I got very lax about, and that was an example there is measuring my ketones and my blood sugar, right? I was very, very diligent about it for a long time, and then I just kind of tapered off. I didn't get one day, I forgot it the next day, I got busy, etc. So if you follow, you know that I'm trying to get back into that habit. So today I took them, but I took them later. Like when I should have taken them at between 7 and 9, I usually try to hit 8 o'clock. I just wasn't thinking about it. So I need to make some adjustments to help me do that. And I did take them today, but again, I took them much later. I actually took them after I ate my lunch. So instead of having a, more of a fasting measurement, I had a measurement after eating a pound of bacon. So it throws things off. The other thing that I completely abandoned was tracking my actual food intake. So today I decided to get back to MyFitnessPal and actually enter the food that I ate to see where I'm at. Calories is one thing, right? But as most of us would attest, one of the bigger things is your fat to protein ratios, right? And if you're not getting enough fat while following a carnivore diet, you're not going to get the results that you need. So decided to throw my numbers in there. And I think I'm going to try and throw my numbers in there every day now. Again, I got to get back into that habit. It's going to be more difficult because I've gone so long without it. And I haven't had anything like today that flipped, that said, hey, I got to start doing this. And, there's no newness to it. Sometimes the newness allows you to build a habit, right? I don't have that newness right now. So, but I'm going to do my best to start doing that because I think it's going to help me. It's going to help me in a couple of ways. One, caloric intake, right? I can't eat 5,000 calories a day, not exercise, and expect to lose weight. That's just a fact. My dad made comment to that last week. The other thing is I can make sure that I am achieving my protein ratios, and I target a 70-30 ratio, 70% of calories from fat, 30% from protein. But also, if you eat something that you didn't really look at the label on, but you put in what it was and how much you ate, you might realize you ate some carbs and weren't really expecting it. So, not that carbs are the end of the world, but I'm trying to eat no carbs. So, now, with that, I'll start with my numbers. So 333.7 pounds. If that sounds like a broken record, it's because it is the same weight I was yesterday. So it's kind of interesting to me. I was 234.4 and then 234.4 and then I dropped 233.7. I'm 233.7 again. So will I drop tomorrow? I don't know. My glucose today, remember I took it late, was 104. So only 1 point above yesterday. But my ketones were down at 0.2. And I know that historically, if I took my numbers late, my ketones would always be lower in the afternoon than they were in the morning. When I first started tracking this information, I was actually taking my numbers multiple times a day. Kind of gave me an idea for what I can expect and things like that, but I don't think that's sustainable from a time and commitments perspective, but also from a financial perspective, because these test strips are not free, right? So I have to consider that. Now for the new numbers. So today I ate a pound of bacon at lunch. I ate about 10.5 ounces of ribeye. Sorry, not ribeye, New York strip. And I ate 8 ounces of cream cheese. And if you remember, I was planning to cut out mozzarella and focus on cream cheese because I still want to have some cheese. And then I had some mozzarella cheese. So, did not work out perfectly the way that I expected it to. So, I've got some of the numbers here, but a couple of them are on my computer here. So, the strip yielded me 633 calories, 31 grams of fat, 83 grams of protein. Very good. The cream cheese yielded 378 calories, 38 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, which is really good for me to get back to my right ratio. But it also had 8 grams of carbohydrates. So there is a downfall piece for me. It also had a lot of sodium in it, 435 milligrams of sodium, which I'm not concerned about. But honestly, I put salt on my steak too, so there's actually a lot of sodium in the salt, or a lot of sodium in the salt. Yes, there is a lot of salt and sodium in the steak because of what I put on it. So that doesn't come through in these numbers because I don't know how to put in. I put in a little bit of salt. Now the mozzarella cheese. I had about 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese, 680 calories, so the most calories of everything today. And 56 grams of fat, 32 grams of protein. So a better fat to protein ratio than the steak, but definitely better than or not as good as the cream cheese for what I'm trying to achieve. But it had 24 carbs. So the same ounces, mozzarella versus the cream cheese, but triple the carbs. So that's throwing me off. The bacon that I had this morning is 320 calories, and it was 24 fat, 24 protein, 1,400 milligrams of sodium. So big sodium contributor there, right? And we all know on this diet, we lose electrolytes. And so getting more sodium in is great. Redmond's Real Salt, fantastic stuff. I have it down in the kitchen. Sometimes I just do, excuse me, sometimes I'll just do, kosher salt. But I've always got something going on there. So when I go through all those numbers, what it works out to be was 65% of my calories are fat, 29% of my calories came from protein, 6% of my calories came from carbohydrates. So the 65-29 is pretty close to where I want to be of that 70-30. But the 6% carbs just throw it off a little bit. So, and again, carbs are not the devil. Too many carbs are the devil. Too many added sugars. Too many Artificial sugars are bad, right? They're not creating the same problem as regular sugar, but it stimulates your body to drive for sweetness. So I stay away from it as much as I can. And so the overall day is good. But again, that's it. Stupid mozzarella cheese. I should have cut it out. And one thing I want to do is I want to go downstairs and double check the numbers for the one that I selected from MyFitnessPal to see if I've selected the right one. Because that was one thing. I plugged them into the computer here, searching Kirkland, mozzarella cheese. But it might be the wrong one. So I'm going to double check that. But regardless, I'm getting carbs in the cream cheese and I'm getting carbs in the mozzarella cheese. Steak is no carbs, but the steak also was way higher in protein than fat. So from my ratio target, that doesn't do me very good. And the bacon is even 24-24. So that kind of wipes each other out. But these are the things that I was doing when I first started carnivore every single day, right? Weigh in, glucose, ketones, log all my food, every little bit of my food, and monitor, see the next day, adjust, monitor, see the next day, adjust. That's how I did it, and that's how I got as far as I did. And so if you're just starting out, that's what you should be doing too. You should be paying very, very close attention to all this. And the newness factor of starting the new diet and then starting the new, way of eating and everything else, that can help you build these habits very quickly. Now that I'm broken the habits, it's not new, it's going to be a little bit harder to get in. But I'm going to do my best. So, all right. That is it for the day. I really should write more notes down about what I wanted to talk about just to make sure I cover it all. But 333.7, no change from yesterday. And I'm at a 65-29-6 split on my calorie intake, fat, protein, and carbs. So that is those carbs are probably contributing a little bit to my ketone number, but we'll see. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.